it's not, and to be honest, not that much stars, action stars, whatever stars, big movie stars. Is not really much anymore. So they can't even sell like that. So they put older actors that's from the 80s and 90s in movies that's 2000 from 2025, putting them in 2025 movies. You know, but yeah, it's just quite disappointing. And I like Sinners a lot. I think Sinners, to me, in my opinion, is the best movie. Sinners, in my opinion, Sinners is the best movie that came out this year. Like, I thoroughly enjoy Sinners, even though I knew everything from the trailer. They showed too much. I really did enjoy it. They didn't show everything, but they showed enough where it kind of spoiled the twist that there's vampires in it. You know, if they would have left it up, just two brothers coming back in town in the old South, and they set up a juke joint or a Shake Shack or Shack for African Americans, for black people to come and dance and have fun. They were left like that. I guess it wouldn't have sold, but there's ways you could have manipulated the trailer where you didn't have to show it. You could have did something like that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if the director had it his way, he wouldn't have, or he would have figured out a better way to do it. I don't know. And like I said, that may have been that may have been his idea. But whoever idea it was, I feel like you could have done a little bit better with it. That's just my opinion. But the movie was still great. It was an original enough idea. People, he was copying from Dusk Till Dawn. You get inspired by stuff. That's what you're supposed to do. Get inspired by it. Stupid. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna go too long about it. I'll save it for another video. But yeah, and that ties into what I want to talk about next is the YouTube filmmaking landscape. It's not really like a bad thing. Yeah, so it's not really a bad thing talking about the YouTube landscape of filmmaking or whatever, but it's just how would I say it? It's not bad, but I feel like there's nothing really inspiring in that genre, I guess I would say. In my opinion, I could be wrong. At the end of the day, what's my opinion? I'm not even saying this to even be watched. I just like talking and putting it out there. It feels kind of therapeutic. Actually, not kind of. It does feel therapeutic just to talk and get it out. But yeah, it seems like everything is the same. A new camera come out. Oh, it's 8K. Oh, it's 12K. Oh, it's 16K. TVs can't even see that. I guess for flexibility to zoom in and zoom out, but who cares? Like, who really cares? And I'm not dissing anybody who does those reviews and stuff like that. I'm really not, because somebody has to review technology and talk about it and stuff. I'm not saying that. But from my opinion, and this is just from mine, it just feels like people are obsessed with the latest. Like, you gotta have the latest camera and the newest gear, which the reason why I can say this confidently and with conviction, because I fell in that trap a bit. Not all the way while I wasted money, but to the point where I was like, I can't create unless I have that. I can't do that unless I have this. And then, people who have the means to do it, kudos to you. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. Like, however you get it, that's how you get it. But, I would see that, and then I would feel like, dang, I'm behind. And it would would freeze me. It would halt me from doing stuff because I'm like, damn, I can't keep up with them. Like, honestly, like, I'm just being honest. I can't keep up with them. I would honestly feel like I can't keep up with them, and it would halt my creation. And it sounds stupid, like, thinking back on it, because I'm in a way different space in my life, just in general now. But when I say it out loud, it sounds stupid. But being in the moment of it, it didn't sound stupid. It sounded legitimate to me. You know, and as a creator, I don't even hate creator. As a person who like making things just in video format or, photos and stuff, it just seemed so deflating. And the thing about it is, you don't need none of that. The cameras we have now, you literally don't need anything extra in a sense. These cameras are so good now. I think about a movie from, matter of fact, okay, I think about one of my favorite TV shows, The Twilight Zone from the 60s. Our phone is better than those cameras back then. Literally, like, our phones is better than that. And when you think about it, it's like we really don't have an excuse now. Movies from the 80s, our current cameras, the cheapest cameras, are better than that. They're just good, and they push a lot of stuff. Well, you need lighting, you need the rim light, you need key light, you need background light and stuff like that. And like I said, it makes sense. It's technically sound. It makes sense when they say it. It makes sense to me why certain things are made that way and why you need it. It makes sense, but you don't need it. It's good to have, and I guess it takes you to the next level. But the main thing that matters in any situation is story. You need certain light to be moody. You need a powerful light to shine really bright so you can bring it down in post. I understand it, and it makes sense. As I have a light shooting right there on a projector, the Nanlite 60C, I got that at a really good deal. And I just bought the Nanlite 120 Pavel Slim C. Well, Nanlite Pavel Slim 120C. But yeah, I just got that on a crazy deal. It's actually on a really good sale right now. And my job that I work at, they get B&H deals and discounts, so I got that for a crazy deal. So, but yeah, but I just have two lights. That's all I want to do. I guess you could add another light, a hair light or whatever, but I got cheaper lights that I could use, but I don't want to. I'm just using two lights, and I feel comfortable this way. It's easier, and I guess filmmaking is not supposed to be easy. I'm not saying that, but I just feel comfortable, and I feel like you can shoot things with really no lights. Just gotta plan it. Cause on my page, I made a channel called not a channel. On my YouTube channel, I made a video called Hot Boys. It's a series that I want to continue. That I am going to continue, but I did that with no lights. I didn't add any extra lights. I did. On the second day, I may add like one little tube light I had, but that was just for one shot. That was like pointing in the trunk. That's it. And I had a really smaller light that, yeah. Anyways, watch it. You'll see. You can tell about the red light. But yeah, that was it. I didn't do anything special. I was inspired by my movies I liked, and I wrote a script. I wrote something out, not even a script, but I wrote something out that I was inspired by, and I wanted to shoot it. I was inspired for that Hot Boys. I was inspired really by the old Miami Vice, the original Miami Vice. I love that show. Like, I really do. I like everything about it. And it's so crazy when I ask like other people who was born in the 80s and they're talking about that show, they face a lot majority of them